Welcome to Action Research Lesson 12. So in this lesson, we want to know how to write a satisfactory research title. Okay, so when creating a research title, the research title must summarize the main idea or ideas of your study. So a good title contains the fewest possible words that adequately describe the contents or purpose of your research paper. The title is without doubt the part of the paper that is read most and is usually read first. If the title is too long, it usually contains too many unnecessary words and can be boring for the reader. And on the other hand, when a title is too short, it often uses words which are too general. Yeah? So when a reader browses through the table of contents of a journal or a hard copy or a website, the title is the first detail or face of the paper they try to find and read. Hence, it should be simple, direct, accurate, appropriate, specific, functional, interesting, attractive, concise, precise, unambiguous, memorable, captivating, informative, enough to encourage the reader to read further, unique, catchy, and should not be misleading. It should have just enough details to arouse the interest and curiosity of the reader so that the reader can go ahead to read your paper, not to reject. General facts about research titles. Okay, this you can read at your own time. Now, steps to make a title for your research. First, know your purpose of your research, the narrative tone of the paper, the methods which you are going to use. Those are important for you to make the title of your research. Answer your key research questions. So why does your paper seek to answer? And what does it accomplish? So try to answer those questions. When you answer that, it can help you to inform how to create a research title. So these are the questions you can ask. What is my paper about? My paper is about so-so. Which methods am I using to perform my study? I'm using this case study, for example. What or who was the subject of my study? Maybe their students or their patients or their community. What did I find? Now, this you can ask yourself later, but these first three questions are important. They help you to create a title. Identify keywords for your research. So another way is to just identify the keywords which you want to use for your research. So you can have 3 or 5 keywords maximum. So you can start by making one sentence answer. Then that answer will, like when you answer a research question, you say what is my paper focusing on? So for example, say my paper study how program volume affects outcomes of liver transplant patients on waiting lists. So through that sentence, you can pick some keywords like program volume, liver transplant, waiting list, outcome. That is the thing which is going to guide you to make a research title. Say case study. Case study is another keyword. I'm looking at 60 cases. 60 cases is a keyword. People aged 20 to 50 US, they are keywords. So all this you try to pile them up and then you make a research title. So to create a working title, remove all the elements that make it a complete sentence. Keep everything that is important, right? Delete all unnecessary words that are not central to the study. Now shift some words around the proper syntax and rephrase it into shorten the length and make it leaner and more natural. Features of an effective research title. So the effective research title indicates accurately the subject and the scope of the study. Avoid using abbreviations. Use words that create positive impression and stimulate reader interest. Use the current nomenclature, common technical terms from the field of study. Identify key variables, both dependent and independent. May reveal how the paper will be organized. These are just features of a research article, a research title. So also other features are the research title can suggest a relationship between variables which support the major hypothesis, limited to 10 to 15 substantive words, do not include study of analysis of so forth. So titles are usually in the form of a phrase but can also be in the form of a question. So use correct grammar capitalization with all first words and last words capitalized, including the first word of a subtitle. All nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs that appear between the first and the last words of the title should be capitalized. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. So write the title after you've written the contents of your paper and abstract. Include all the essential terms in your paper. Keep it short to the point that it can have 16 words or a few. Avoid unnecessary jargon or abbreviation. Use your keywords that capture the content of your paper. Never include a period at the end. Your title is not a sentence. So the title should try to incorporate the PICO also. Population, intervention, comparisons, and outcome. So we have types of research titles. We have some that are descriptive, some that are declarative, some that are interrogative. And then under them, we can also have some which are nominal, compound, or full sentence titles. So for descriptive or neutral titles, the essential elements of this theme is that you can write your clear patients or subjects details, their design, interventions, comparisons, control, and outcome, but do not reveal the main result or conclusion of the study. So such a title allows the reader to interpret the findings of the research paper in an impartial manner with an open mind. So these titles also give complete information about the contents of the article. They have several keywords, and such descriptive titles give a glimpse of the paper. So the declarative title, in short, this title states the main finding of the study in the title itself. It reduces the curiosity of the reader, may point towards bias on the part of the author. So you can avoid declarative sometimes. Then the second one, the interrogative title. This is the one which has a query or a question in the title. So through a query or a question in the title, has the ability to centralize the topic and has more downloads. So it can be distracting to the reader, but is again best avoided for a research article, but can be used for a review article. So some are of the types of research titles. Okay, this I let you read. So we just say titles depend on the nominal, compound, location of the country, temporal aspect, sample size, importance, what. So this you can read at your spare time using the PPT. Okay, so this is a checklist which you can read also in your spare time to help you draft a good title for your research paper. For example, I will read the first 5, then you read the others. The title needs to be simple and direct, should be interesting and informative, should be specific, accurate, and functional, should be concise, precise, include the main theme of the paper, should not be misleading or misrepresentative. So you read the others and you understand at your spare time. Okay, so this is a table which is just showing, for example, a health topic. Then there are boxes where it's written too broad, too narrow, just right. So for example, rehabilitation of brain injury can be too broad for a topic. Mirror therapy for brain injured or stroke patients with partial paralysis. This one can be right. Let's find another one which is too narrow, like pet therapy with a dog for autistic child age 5. It's too narrow. So you have to be always having this in mind, like, is my topic too broad, too narrow, or right? Yeah, so this is just another one showing you how to the research topic and how it's supposed to appear in the research question. Okay, so if you want to understand, just check the references here, you go and read them, and then also you check the assignment and try to attempt to write your own you attempt to write your own let me see, you attempt to write your own research title. So thanks for listening to this lesson. We meet for the next one next time. Bye bye.